Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing video. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out the brand new starter set for Kill Team. So Hivestorm was released not all that long ago. This is aimed at people who are brand new to Kill Team and who want something sort of cheaper to get into the game, to learn the rules, and to hopefully expand on from and get the likes of Hivestorm, maybe get some Gallo Dark Scenery and play some other sort of full fat version of Kill Team. So in this box, one of the most interesting features are the actual Kill Teams themselves. So these were both originally released as blind boxes. So we had the Death Guard, of which I think in the UK we never actually got the Playcaster, who is probably one of the strongest models in the box. He comes as part of this, so you get all these minis. They're really characterful Death Guard models. I've had a Death Guard army in the past. I'm really looking forward to painting these and using them in Kill Team. Their rules will be available on the app soon, because I don't think they're actually on there at the moment. You then also have the Space Marines. So this is Strike Force Justarin. A really nice Kill Team. You get a Space Marine Captain, which is pretty unique. And then some different flavours of Space Marines. You've got like an Eliminator, you've got heavy intercessors, you've got normal intercessors, you've got assault intercessors, which is really, really cool. What is also cool about this box is you obviously get a board, and you also get scenery, which they've been shouting about on the website, that it's actually made out of MDF, which is very unusual for Games Workshop. Obviously, we're used to stuff being in plastic, so that I am very interested in checking out. It's kind of a hark back to classic Warhammer 40k, when we used to have cardboard scenery. So it says here the box contains a 64-page handbook, 2 reference sheets, a card token sheet, 10 6-sided dice, 1 game board, and ready-to-use scenery. So literally everything in this box. You don't need to buy anything else. It's all going to be in here, apart from maybe a tape measure for measuring, which is good, because a few starter sets recently have kind of been missing things like, even simple things like dice. So it is nice to have everything contained in one box. So that's the box, that's the contents. Let's get this open and check out what's inside. So I've taken the outer sleeve off, and I've got to mention, this is a really hefty box. I'm assuming it's the terrain that's giving it all its weight, because it is really heavy. Because obviously the originally blind box is, every one of your characters is on a separate sprue. It's obviously a lot easier for them. All your Death Guard ones are in green, all your Space Marines in blue. I mean, straight away, if you're new to the hobby, not just Kill Team, but Warhammer in general, then you don't even have to paint your miniatures. You've distinctly got your 2 different Kill Teams. So straight away, you can just get these built. They're all easy build models, so it will be really straightforward to get them on the battlefield in playing your games. Just in case you haven't seen these before, I will take a run through of each of these sprues in closer detail. And there'll also be images over on the website as well for a closer look. So I'm going to pop this to one side and we'll start going through the contents one by one. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go through the Death Guard. So we'll start with this guy. In fact, this is your Playcaster. So this is the guy that we didn't see in these shores. At least I don't think so, unless I missed that memo. He is a really nice model. Really, really nice Playcaster. I think he's better than the one that we got with Dark Imperium. Yeah, I think he's really, really cool. This is probably going to lead me to get a new Death Guard army, We'll move on to this guy. They all kind of have like unique weapons, and they'll have really cool names. I think that's a Plague Spewer guy, this guy, which is like a flamer filled with disease. So that's very cool. Move on to this one. Again, there'll be better pictures over on the website as well. I think this is our champion, potentially. It's going to be a really nice model to build and paint. And this one, it's like a plague dagger there. The real classic kind of Chaos Marine vibes, these Death Guard. There we go, the next one. All come with nice sculpted bases. This is like your grenade guy. Oops, I'm dropping it. This is your grenade guy. You got these like cool Nurglings dotted about. I'm nearly there with the Death Guard. So this looks like your icon bearer. There's a big icon there and a plague knife. Keep knocking the camera. Apologies. And the last Death Guard character. So this one looks like it's got a flail of corruption. So very, very cool. Again, you've got your little nurgling type creatures. Excellent. So that's the Death Guard. We then have the Space Marines on their bright blue plastic. So it might be quite hard to pick out the details, but again, I will have images over on the website, which will be in the link in the YouTube description below. I have actually previously done a video on this Strike Force, and I painted some of them as Raven Guard. So what I'll do towards the end of the video is I'll include some shots of those. I am going to try and paint these though with Iron Ravens, because I have since moved on to those. So I might try and get them painted up as Iron Ravens before the deadline for this review. We've got the captain there. He's a very cool Space Marine captain. I was very tempted to use him as my captain for my Iron Ravens for a campaign event towards the end of the year, but I found another model, which will be all on the website soon. So again, all easy builds, all nice and easy to get on the battlefield, all push fit. I won't take too long on these. Again, as we have got a separate unboxing video for when these originally came out. There we go. So that is all our sprues. What do we have next? We then have a nice big sheet. We've got like a cut out tokens here. I don't know if they're for kills or... I assume they're for kills. There's a picture of those in there. Flip it over. Got artwork from Dark Imperium. Those tokens are double-sided. I'm sure there'll be more about that in the rules. We then have this. This will be the game boards. So let's just quickly open that up. Looks like a secret dossier. There we go. So we've got a double-sided game board here. I'm limited for space in front of the camera, but it's quite similar on that side to the board that comes with Hivestorm. But on the other side, you've got a more kind of Mars. Just fold that a bit more. We've got kind of a bit more of a Mars look going on there, which is pretty cool. Get a bit limited in front of the camera. There we go. So that's the game board. We then have a little band around these things. This is pretty cool. So just slide that off. In fact, no, we can't. So we're just going to take that off there. There we go. Pop that to one side. So we've got some reference sheets. Oh, look at these. These are cool. So it's nice card material. Oh, yeah, that's ace. So you've got all your stats, but then those little tokens that you cut out, you can place on here to show like how much damage they've taken. How cool is that? And on the back, you've got your stratagems, well, your actions, your standard actions, and a brief sort of overview of what they do. So it doesn't come with any unique stuff on here apart from the data sheets. No unique stratagems or anything. But for reference, that's brilliant. It does state these data cards are for the Kill Team starter set, so their rules are probably going to be different in full fat games of Kill Team, which is a shame because if you were to use either of these two in like a proper tournament, these would be dead handy to take along. I think I actually prefer this to the separate data cards. Yeah, I'm really impressed with that. It's very, very cool. And the Space Marines get the same treatment. A nice picture of the captain on the front. All the data cards. Again, it states that the rules here are for the starter set, so they're probably going to be different in the full fat version of Kill Team. And you got your quick reference on the back for all your standard actions. Oh, they should do more like that. That's ace. That is actually ace. Really impressed. What do we got next? So we've got some tokens. So these are all your kind of standard tokens for Kill Team. You've got some measurement stuff there as well. So actually, you don't really need a tape measure. So that's really, really cool. What's handy about this is you've got extra like order tokens and stuff, because I know a few people aren't happy with the amount that you got in Hivestorm. So I'll definitely be using those along with the ones I've got from Hivestorm. And they're really easy to push out because I've accidentally just pushed a couple out. We then have the Starter Handbook. So we'll take a quick flick through here. Welcome to the Kill Zone. Obviously, this is aimed at people who are absolutely brand spanking new to Kill Team and potentially new to Warhammer 40k. So there's some nice bit of lore. How to assemble your Kill Teams. Like I mentioned, they're really easy to do. That's a nice little diagram there of the sprues that you've got and all the characters. Sorry for the focus in there. The characters that they build. Just skip past through those. Got some lore on the factions. The Death Guard. The basics. So it talks you through your operatives and your tokens, which is really handy. Straight away, we've got an introduction scenario. Nice and straightforward. Nice, clear images of how your attacks work. I'd probably say that's clearer than actually in the rule book that comes with Full Fat Kill Team. Victory and defeat. Tutorial on shooting. This really is like easy to follow. Get you straight into Kill Team. Obviously, it's talking you through the two factions that are included in the box, but this could easily be replicated for the other Kill Teams you might have. Got another scenario. So as you're going through the rules, you're learning different elements from the game. Again, apologies for the focusing. You've got orders, visibility and cover, which I know is an important one. You've got a final mission there. And it obviously talks about turning points as you're moving kind of closer to playing full games of Kill Team. Additional rules, weapon rules, alternative setups, alternative ops. You know, this is the first time I've looked at it, and straight away I'm really impressed with its formatting. Like, it couldn't be more straightforward. I love the fact that, you know, it's taking you through a section of the game, then you have a mission, then it takes you on some more rules, then a mission. I think that's the best way to learn. So that's really, really good. Really, really good. And then it kind of tells you about some more Kill Teams at the back to expand and painting them as well. So yeah, quite impressed with that. That's really, really good. And then we move on to what I believe to be the final element of the box. It's this one. So there's a bit of weight here. And this will be our scenery. So here we go. So the scenery comes on separate pieces of, the RMDF. MDF boards. I don't know if that's going to focus very well. But they're quite thick MDF boards. And they just punch out. So that was really straightforward. And then they've got slots. So if I'm just going to, this is live on video to show you how easy this is. They just slide in there. There you go, look at that. You'll never build Warhammer scenery quicker than that. Literally did that live on video. So it's been cut really nicely. It's a really nice fit. And they're all pre-printed to a high quality as well. Yeah. I'm quite impressed with those as well. They're really good. Now, unfortunately, there isn't any multi-layered scenery. As you can see, they're all sort of single-story ruins. Again, sorry for the focusing there. Come on, camera, focus. But for a starter set, that's really, really good. And I do wonder if Games Workshop might expand on this MDF scenery, and we might see more of that in the future. I assume it's going to bring the cost of the box down. At the point of recording, I'm not sure how much this is going to be. I'll just double check there's nothing else in the box. Oh, you got the bases in there as well. But that's your lot. So, yeah, I'm quite impressed with the box on first impressions. Obviously, I've unboxed it live for you guys. Really like the scenery. That's taken me a little bit by surprise. The starter book seems to be really in-depth. Obviously, I'll have a proper read for the review, which you'll be able to click in the description. And after the transition, I'll have some more thoughts as well. You got a full sheet of tokens, which you can take into the full game. The only thing that maybe I'd have liked is the full rules for full version of Kill Team. Obviously, I'll think about this more as I'm doing the review. But my first kind of negative is that you might outgrow this box pretty quickly. You do get 2 very unique kill teams, and obviously you've got tokens you can take into the full game. But once you've done the scenarios in the book, you're probably not going to have too much use for the scenery. Obviously, there's nothing stopping you from mixing it in with some more traditional Games Workshop scenery. But yeah, the lifespan of the box may be a little bit short once you've kind of learnt the basics and gone through the book. But can't complain on the quality. Really, really good. So I'm going to take a closer look at all of these. And hopefully after this next transition, I'll have some more thoughts and perhaps some built models. So we'll be right back. Okay, so a little bit of time has passed since that beginning part of the video, and I've had time to go through all the books. I've built, most of the miniatures. So it's time to kind of reflect on what we've got here. If you want to learn Kill Team step by step, comprehensively, then this is a great box. You get 2 great warbands, which you cannot buy anywhere else, and you've got a clear, it couldn't be any clearer, a perfect rule book for getting involved in the game. It seriously goes to a lot of detail. I actually think I'm going to play through this completely. Even though I've played Kill Team before, there are bits and pieces I've missed. Starting to learn a game via the core rulebook is good, but this really makes sure you understand every phase of the game, which I think is really, really good. One of my favourite parts of the box were these reference sheets, the Plague Marines and the Space Marines. It's a shame they're not usable in the full fat version because the data cards are slightly different. I'd love to see these reference cards for the full version of Kill Team. Well, I don't think we'll see it this edition, but I actually prefer that to the little individual data cards. The MDF scenery is great. It's really good quality. Outside of this box, though, you're probably not going to find use for it. Mixed in with your plastic scenery, it'll look a little bit odd. I can see why they've done it to kind of probably bring the, to ensure that the price of the box is, good for people getting into the game. And also, it does its job. Although I would have liked to have seen maybe one with 2 floors, so you could get more involved in like the vantage rules and stuff. But it's good. It's better than what I expected. They're really easy to take apart and to assemble. So yeah, very impressed with that. Obviously the Marines themselves, the models. I've just got the Space Marine captain here. I think he's one of the best captain sculpts, to be quite honest. And it's also our first chance to get the Plaguecaster for the Death Guard in the UK, because he didn't come in the original blind box release. The only downside being, you'll notice that he's lost the bottom of his staff. I noticed just before I started filming that it wasn't quite pushed into the hole enough, and as I did so, I snapped it, so I'll have to glue that on later. So something to be slightly wary of when you build yours, but he's still an incredible model. He's my favourite Plaguecaster model for the Death Guard. I will show you a couple more. We've got the Heavy Intercessor there. Really easy to build miniatures. I'm going to be painting these as the Iron Ravens, and I think I'm going to have to get these Death Guard painted up as well. I had a Death Guard army before. I think I might have said that earlier in the video. It's been some time since I filmed it. And this might be the start of a new Death Guard army. So yeah, a great box. It doesn't really have a ton of replayability. Obviously, you've got a nice double-sided board, giving you some alternative battlefields for your full fat versions of Kill Team. But once you've kind of played through this book, that book, your reference sheets and the scenery are probably going to be a little bit redundant or very redundant. So really, the value of this box depends on what you want. If you want to learn Kill Team well, learn all the kind of mechanics step by step, you want to be sort of handheld to get into the game, then this box is brilliant. If you already have some experience with Kill Team, really, you're probably only buying this box for the Marines and maybe the double-sided board. You obviously get the tokens, which are usable in the full fat version as well. But yeah, the real value here is if you're completely new to Kill Team and you want to be, you want to learn the game properly and with no errors, then this is fantastic. Our thanks to Games Workshop for sending us this copy of the starter box to review for you folks. I do have a review at the link in the YouTube description, where there'll also be better images of the models and the sprues and the contents, so you can check those out at your heart's content. But until next time, thanks for joining me for this video, and I'll be back very soon with some more hobby goodness. Bye!